Hazur, this question is based on verses 63 to 69 of chapter 37, and also on verses 37 and also 44 to 52 in chapter 44. And it's based on a documentary which was shown on BBC Two a few days back, presenting an inquiry into the origins of life in hydrothermal vents at the bottom of the oceans. These have made us think about these verses of the Holy Quran on Zaqqum, the Zaqqum. So if Hazur would allow us.
First of all, read them in French.
Yes.
Then English translation should be read.
Yes.
Then I'll fully understand the question.
Yes. So the first is in chapter 37, As-Saffat, and it's verses 63 to 69. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أذلك خير نزلا أم شجرة الزقوم إنا جعلناها فتنة للظالمين إنها شجرة تخرج في أصل الجحيم طلعها كأنه رؤوس الشياطين فإنهم لآكلون منها فمالئون منها البطون ثم إن لهم عليها لشوبا من حميم ثم إن مرجعهم لإلى الجحيم. This is the first set of verses, if we could translate them first.
The English translation of these verses is as follows. Is that better as an entertainment or the tree of Zaqqum? Verily we have made it a trial for the wrongdoers. It is a tree that springs forth in the bottom of hell. The fruit thereof is as though it were the heads of serpents. And they shall eat of it and fill their bellies therewith. Then will they have in addition to it a mixture of boiling water as a drink. Then surely their return shall be to hell.
The next verse is...
Zaqqum has not been translated?
It is not translated.
No. The next
translation? Thor I know, but in English. I've just forgotten.
The one which swallows a lot of things or eats something a lot.
It's a desert plant with so many heads to it and many pricks and thorns are on every leaf. It's not edible, but I'll follow that later on. I'll tell you later on.
The next verse is verse 37 of Ad-Dukhan, which is followed a little later by some more in the same surah. And it is فَأْتُوا بِآبَائِنَا إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. That is, ramenez donc nos ancêtres si vous êtes véridiques. And the next ones are 44 to, yes. إِنَّ شَجَرَةَ الزَّقُومِ طَعَامُ الْأَثِيمِ كَالْمُهْلِ يَغْلِي فِي الْبُطُونِ كغلي الحميم خذوه فاعتلوه إلى سواء الجحيم ثم صبوا فوق رأسه من عذاب الحميم ذق إنك أنت العزيز الكريم إن هذا ما كنتم به تمترون.
I remember now it's called cactus. In English, Thor is named cactus. Please.
The translation of these verses is as follows. Verily the tree of Zaqqum will be the food of the sinful, like molten copper. It will boil in their bellies, like the boiling of scalding water. Seize him and drag him into the midst of the blazing fire. Then pour upon his head the torment of boiling water. Taste it, thou didst consider thyself the mighty, the honorable. This indeed is what you did doubt.
Now the question is, Huzur, that these verses, although they refer to something which is a tree, but they have reminded us very much of these hydrothermal vents, and there are some similarities which have been put forward here. The first one is that these volcanic, how would you say, vents, resemble the trunks of trees. They look like tree trunks at the bottom of the sea. Also, they are linked to the volcanic matter underneath the oceans. Also, as in these verses, boiling water is also there, because the water there is at the temperature of 350 degrees coming out of them.
Water cannot rise beyond 100 centigrade.
Yes, but it's the matter inside, I think, which is of that temperature, perhaps.
350 degrees is only steam, not water.
Yes, steam. And also, in the verses there was mention of the fruit thereof being like the heads of serpents. There are some very strange creatures which are attached to these things.
I think he is unfortunately misapplying these verses totally. This is Zaqqum, is the cactus tree. And they have, I think, intentionally not translated it because it is symbolic. This verse is just symbolic. It has nothing to do with the bottom of the sea. What is mentioned is the bottom of hell. So it is the temperature in hell would not be just 350 degrees. So I tell you, explain it. I have been pondering over this verse because many verses of the Quran are not understandable because they are symbolic in character and people do not understand. Like hell and heaven, I have told you before. They are in this world everywhere and you do not understand the nature of these verses fully. I pondered over this question and could not resolve it until I went to Spain and saw this cactus tree in Spain. There it comes to fruition as well. It gives fruit of very attractive color and very sweet to eat. Very delicious to begin with. But the moment you stop eating it, it leaves a very bad taste in the mouth. And also, it creates symptoms, like symptoms of psychosis, they're called. इसको कहते हैं ना इसको
hallucination is it? Hallucination?
No, not at all. वो जो होते हैं ना पेशाब की बीमारी जिसमें जलन तेजाबियत बहुत होती है.
Syphilis.
दूसरा
Gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea. The word gonorrhea was.
Yes.
It creates symptoms like gonorrhea. And it burns so heavily that even in the stomach and intestines, it burns. And then the symptoms are very similar to gonorrhea. If you want to punish somebody, you should give him cactus fruit. So this is the symbol which must be remembered, and it has nothing to do with the bottom of the sea at all.